Mr. Rielly? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. I'm wondering how I get state officers in the DHS prosecuted for perjury.
I would assume you have to hire a lawyer, maybe.
No, actually, that is not what I do. The state does that to them.
Okay.
During an appeal hearing, a supervisor for the Iowa Department of Human Services, LORRIE Miller, appeared at a hearing, and she lied at this hearing. And for 3 years, I was denied $50 worth of nourishment because of these lies. Now, what I did was something that people in the intelligence business do. I'm like a gumshoe detective. And I called up my special liaison, Sherry Duncan, at the Department of Human Services. I have been on food stamps for a long, long time. And I know that your rent payment directly affects the amount of food stamps you get. So when my food stamps were lowered to $40, after I had given the Department of Human Services a rent receipt for $400, I was told by people such I was told by the Department of Human Services that that's not the case, after all these years that I know that it does. That my food stamp payment is independent of my rent payment, which is a lie. Now, I was told this over and over again. I was told this by Rielly, who is supposed to be handling my case special. I was told this by a guy named Utah, who is no longer with that organization. I was told this by everybody at the staff of Department of Human Services. So, at hearing, LORRIE Miller appears, and I was, before the hearing started, and I videotaped that hearing with me on the phone and my speakerphone on. And before the hearing started, the administrative law judge, a woman named Christine Dreckman, called me a liar before that hearing started. During that hearing, LORRIE Miller and company presented evidence which is just not true. And I did receive a determination that the food stamp allotment is right. I know it is not. So what I did was I called up Sherry Duncan, and I told her that 2 weeks previous to the phone call that I made to her just a few days ago, that I got one of my people from my website to call Des Moines, and he related the problem that I was having, only he told them it was him. And I told her that we had videotaped this conversation with us on the phone and the speakerphone on. And I told her that Des Moines had confirmed the fact that they were lying to me and that I'm supposed to get twice as much food stamps as I'm getting at this time. And lo and behold, without even having to have another appeal, I received a notice of decision and now I'm getting twice as much food stamps. They folded because they were lying to me all this time, and they lied at the hearing. And you can't do that. That's called perjury. It's worth 5 years in prison and a very stiff fine. So, where do we go from here, Mr. Supervisor?
I don't know.
Well, they committed a felony in your jurisdiction. I should be able to make a complaint and have them arrested. And you know,
You have to get a hold of whatever judge presided over the case.
well, that is Christine Dreckman, who also lied. So I'm not looking to get a hold of her. I'm looking for the legal system, for the court, and for the police to take her into custody. For 3 years, I was denied adequate nourishment. They're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to do it to anyone. They did it because they believe in white privilege. Now, I should be able to file a complaint and have their asses arrested. They should face a judge and answer for what they have done to me and what they are doing to hundreds of people. And I know they're doing this to hundreds of people because I've talked to a lot of people who have this same thing done to them. Now, if the police department has a prejudice against poor people, or the disabled, or infirm, I'd like to register that too.
Okay?
No, it's not okay. It's not okay at all. I mean, does the Davenport Police Department like white privilege? You go by this? What is that buzzing in the background? What's that all about?
What buzzing?
What buzzing?
No.
You don't hear a buzzing?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. People on the web are going to hear it because I'm making a videotape of this. I'm going to put it on every social agency I know of. Now, I have the right to make a complaint. These people committed perjury. Perjury is a crime, is it not?
Perjury is handled through the courts, like I tried to explain to you.
Perjury is a crime. I'm trying to explain to you. These people broke the law. They broke the law in your jurisdiction. What are you going to do about it?
Recommend that you approach the court about the perjury. Perjury is a court charge.
Well, I cannot approach the court unless I can file a complaint, and that complaint is relayed by the police to the court. That is how the chain of command works there. You know this. You see, people, they don't want to do anything because they're white. You're a white man, aren't you?
What bearing does that have on our conversation?
Because you believe in white privilege. That's what you're doing. And you've got this buzzing on your line to obfuscate this videotape I'm making. You know, when you people decided that you would label me as a mental case, and you know that has been disputed in court, I got nearly $500,000 in punitive damage because of what this police system did to me. The jury was tremendously offended. And now I'm offended because apparently you don't want me to make complaint. You don't want to submit that to the court, do you?
you how you should go about.
That's right, and the first step is making a complaint. So, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come to your police station, and I'm going to register a complaint. And I am going to insist that that be submitted to the county attorney. And then we'll see where it goes from there. And when the county attorney doesn't do anything, I'm going to assume it's the same kind of thing when a gay man had lied to another gay man and gave that man AIDS. Now, transmitting a fatal disease is a very serious crime. But Mr. Walton, who is the county attorney in Scott County, didn't want to file charges because it's open season on gay people, isn't it? So we'll see what happens with this case. Because, you know, nobody got AIDS. And nobody here is homosexual. And you like to discriminate against homosexuals. But what you're doing now is you're telling me, well, you got to take it to the court. I can't take it to the court unless the police proceed with what they're going to do. Now, you don't want to file a report, maybe? Perjury is a serious crime. Our legal system depends upon people telling the truth in a court of law or at an administrative hearing. This is called justice, but you don't want to give justice to white people, especially white people who work for the government. White people who work for the government, maybe you think, shouldn't be prosecuted when they lie. Well, you'll notice, my dear readers, that this man does not want to answer the question. He would, if he was going through this, he would want something to happen. Wouldn't you?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Well, that's because of the buzz in the background. You're having a hard time.
Buzzing.
You can, well, look, you're lying to me because you believe in white privilege. Maybe I should call you up and maybe the line will be better. I'll call you up in a little while. But first, I'm going to post this video. Have a nice day.
Feel free.
This is how the KGB works for the people. The police don't want to take a report about perjury, but they are going to. This is Dmitry Ivanovich.